Good evening and welcome to the October 21st, 2014 meeting of the Petaluma Community Access Board of Directors. Will our secretary please call the roll?
Cindy Thomas.
Here.
Kathy Rivas. Neil Fishman.
Here.
Marcia Trent. Here. Matt Pearson. Rachel Moran.
Here.
Mark Jaramillo.
Jaramillo.
Thank you.
Jaramillo.
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 I'm sorry, I thought you were
Check.
Chris. Chris is the other guy.
Tim Williamson.
Yeah, me. Hello. Present.
And John's here.
Yes.
Okay, good. We have a quorum. That's what we wanted. And we have nobody here for public comment tonight. Are there any comments from the directors or announcements?
None.
Nope.
No? Okay. All right, wait, do we have, is anybody gonna make a mention of our, members meeting?
I got it on my.
You've got it on
director's
yours,
report.
okay, then I won't comment on that, and we can move on to the agenda approval. Everybody's had a chance to see the agenda?
Check.
Any modifications that we need to make to this? I don't think so either. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Is anyone opposed to approving the agenda? Okay, it's approved. Then we have approval of the September minutes, and that was September, what was the date of that meeting?
16.
September 16, I just wanted it on the record. September 16, 2014, Board of Directors meeting. Any changes or corrections to that? Do we have a motion to approve? I'll make the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
I'll
Okay.
abstain, as I wasn't here.
Okay, and Tim's
No,
abstaining.
that's
Any?
I should abstain too. I
Okay,
wasn't here
Marcia
either.
abstained. 1, 2, 3. There's.
I wasn't on the board yet.
That doesn't mean anything, but you were at the meeting.
I was.
Okay.
I second.
Okay. Then all those in favor, 4, okay, that's okay, we made it. And 2 abstentions. Treasurer's report, please.
No real report. The financial statements look as per budget. I guess we're a little short this month in some revenues, but is that just just how we get our
The
money in
rhythm of
from?
the peg fees is very
Yeah.
and they always go into the next fiscal year, and it so adds up. You'll see that adds up. Takes the lump sum, divides it, puts it up there, and if we don't have the money, then it looks like it's less than
Yeah,
we will
actually.
get it.
So the latest month or quarter or whatever is a little. Actually, last month is a little low, but as per budget, we're actually ahead of budget on revenues and below budget on expenditures, and looks good.
Especially expenditures in the payroll department.
Yeah.
With Stack's departure, he was full time. So.
Yeah.
And I would just add that our annual review has just begun. I delivered the materials maybe a couple months ago, but they were tied up. They're understaffed as well. So, but we're well within the time frame.
And it appears there were no extraordinary expenses of any note, so it looks good.
No, I could say that I saved us $1,000.
Ooh, how'd you do
Okay.
Well, we have
Sounds like
we have an air conditioner in City Hall that is very critical because if it gets hot, the equipment can suffer. And so I have an annual checkup, and the checkup guys came, and a week later we had ice cubes dropping out. And then I called them up to fix it. They came over and fixed it. I called them up to check on it. They said, "Oh, we're waiting for a belt to come." I called them up again, no answer. And then it started getting hot. More ice cubes. I call them up, and they said, "Oh, your machine doesn't even need a belt. Something got screwed up." Then they found the mistake up on the top, right next to the machine. So I think they made a mistake when they were doing their annual repair. They had sent me a bill for $900, and I contested it, and they not only canceled that bill, they gave me a credit for the first visit.
All right.
So,
Good job.
I
It's
say
an
we-
honorable thing to do.
I move we move that money into the staff party fund, board party fund.
The board party fund.
Then I'll withdraw
Giants
that.
tickets,
motion.
so financials are in good shape.
Okay, good. Okay, does anybody have any questions? Okay. Executive Director's report, please, John.
Okay, a lot on it this time, but I'll go fast for the baseball lovers. We lost Mario. Mario moved on. And it was really sad because he loved being here. We loved having him. We took him out to lunch last week, and we saved money there too because we were handed free passes at the Chamber Expo. And that's the place where Mario took us. The Wings place over in the new shopping mall.
Oh, yeah.
So I took 4 people out for lunch for $25. It was great. And then we had the members meeting. It was neat. I really enjoyed this one because there was low stress. We weren't really preparing to have a big party and nobody came. We had the people who belonged there were there, and it was really relaxed. And we should do it again there. And the election went smoothly. Jude came in. We had all 19 ballots counted pretty quickly, and we have a winner. We had 3 winners. Congratulations to you all. Welcome back.
It was a landslide.
Did I get any votes other than my vote for myself?
You had to, actually.
Yeah, that was odd. We had a lot more votes than ballots for you.
Yeah, but that's because we get 3 votes per ballot.
Yeah, you got them all. No, joking. We're having too much fun tonight. Let's get serious. Okay, election forum. So we can get serious there because it was a headache this year. We had 2 in City Hall, and we didn't have sound for the live broadcast. And then KRCB didn't want to take the file because the sound quality was poor. The sound quality isn't ours. We're not in control of the sound quality. That comes from the dais. So we worked through that. We did have a very successful forum for the chamber at the Sheraton. Had Eric, who's sitting at the front desk, and Nick were covering it. I was there to help get it set up. And that went on the air pretty fast. The turnaround was quick, and Eric again helped us out a lot. He came in as an intern, and we started training him as a school board videographer. Now we're training him on the city, and we trained him on the front desk to help us through this next couple of weeks. He also covered 4 PCA. It's kind of a rare thing that we send out staff, and especially when we're so short-staffed. But there was an emergency preparedness meeting that was kind of important, I thought, to the community, and then there were problems with the city that was, they couldn't have it officially. So we sent Eric over to Aquas and got that on the air. I think it was
What meeting at the Aquas?
it was the preparedness meeting, emergency preparedness. Don't you remember that subject?
There was one at the Friedman Shopping Center, Deer Creek, a couple of weeks ago. It was kind of an outdoor fair type thing.
That never got on our radar.
And then there was an actual drill last week.
Well, this was the one that the city couldn't support because of a previous lawsuit.
Is that the Cert Nerd thing?
Yeah, that one. So we got that on video and it's on the air. And we had a great time at the Chamber Expo. I want to thank the...
Yeah, how'd that go?
It was fun. It was good.
Take it away and tell us about it.
It was very successful, I thought. We had a lot of people come. I've got a bunch of cards that I'm going to follow up on.
A lot of good food.
There was a lot of good food. People were very nice. People were receptive. A lot of people, there were a couple of people that knew of us but didn't know about us. And, yeah, so we sort of had to explain. But I thought it was very successful. I'm glad we went. I thought our presence was very important and it was fun.
Yeah, it was Kathy, Rachel, and I at the table, and it was Mario and Eric were floating around with cameras.
Nice.
And they were doing a good job. They were interviewing people, and they were having a good time too.
They looked to be having a good time when I saw them there.
Yeah, it's on the air already. They made a little 15-minute piece, and we'll deliver the DVD to the chamber, which was kind of the deal. We got a free ticket for that. Thank you for setting that up.
Oh.
Good to have an inside person on that. So City Hall upgrade is continuing. We just, Zach set up a deal with Comcast for a really high-speed connection. What is it, 10, what do they call it? Not gigas. but
Xfinity,
giga-
10 megabits.
10 megabits up. And it's going to dent our budget, but I think it's worth it. This is a priority service we provide the city, and we want to really make it as turnkey as
And
possible.
this is for streaming.
It does give us a platform where we could go to streaming, but for us, it makes it easier to download. We were getting jammed up when Thomas was downloading or sending over files to City Hall. Chris couldn't get on the bulletin board. It's just kind of blocking up everything, and we were getting crashes when it was overloaded.
Because
So
the video stuff is just too
Yeah.
much information.
too much information for a DSL at our level. So that's a good thing, and I don't think the budget's a problem. We've got a very interesting bunch of classes going on. Zach came in last night and gave a camera training to 3 new members. It was great to have him back and to share him with the new members, because he sets a tone and kind of creates an image for PCA. We've got a Final Cut Pro class coming up on Saturday. We've got 3 people confirmed, and Chris is going to sit on it because we need a staff member here. So Chris will be in the building, and he'll get the training. But one of the class members, we gave him a scholarship because he's an 8th grader over at Kenilworth, and he's really a super kid. We went over to Kenilworth and watched their morning show, their news show, and he just sat down at the switcher, and he was just a little Zach. So his name is Ben, and he's coming over with a scholarship, and his mother was so thrilled when she heard that he was getting a scholarship. She said, well, if anybody else is coming from Kenilworth, I'll pay for their class.
How old you gotta be for a work permit?
18. But we can call him an intern. And
Volunteer.
Yeah, volunteer, there you go.
Or if he's accompanied by his parent, which I'm sure he was.
I don't know, not for the class. For the class, he's just coming in as a student.
Yeah, well, the class, it wouldn't matter.
We're not paying him. We give him a scholarship. But the teacher, Ike, and I have been really communicating a lot. It's a real strong bond, and he's going to be bringing over 8 or 9 students next week on Thursday. And if any of you would like to be here, I think it's going to be fun. They'll be coming in sometime between 10 and 2, probably stay for an hour and a half. I can shoot you an email. I'll send everybody on the board, I'll send an email when the time is set, because it'll be a fun tour. And the Art of Cinema, we got our press, we got our cards, we're going public. Hand those out. We got the dates, and oh shit. Got the dates, and we're ready to go. I'm excited.
Are these all around
Nice.
town already, or?
Not yet. It's
Okay.
we're going to start putting the posters up in November. I think it's a little early to start doing that, but and we need a press release. So in just another minute. When
This
we
is
get-
great.
6:30, I can walk over to work.
Nice postcard.
Very nice.
No stamp though.
And the last item on my little report is I personally went and videotaped something up in Santa Rosa. I don't know if you follow the news, but Ray McGovern was an ex-CIA agent, came to Sonoma County to give a lecture for Project Censored. Peter Phillips called me up, and I said, sure, I'll go do it. And they've offered it as a premium on KPFA, so we're making up copies for them to give out as a premium with PCA on it, so that's kind of,
Nice.
and that's my report for
So
tonight.
on the Art of the Cinema series, we're not charging for it, but I assume we will make a pitch to join PCA?
Oh, we'll make a pitch. I'm more excited about the partnership with the Arts Center.
Yeah.
They have a new ED who has a lot of nice community ideas. I think it's a win-win. It'll raise our profile, especially if it gets the kind of word of mouth. I hope it will. You know, I did 2 of them here in the station. Actually, I did the first one twice, and the second one I did once, and it was quite successful. But we only had 15 seats to offer, so this could be fun.
Do they have
Well-
a nice projector there?
Same sort of thing. Well, actually, it's going to be projected on a screen. It's not a TV screen, and I'm going over next week to test it.
And that place is gonna hold, what, 100 people or more?
Could hold 100. I'm imagining 50 will come, but we're going to have to work the word of mouth to get people there on a Friday night. But it could be the thing to do in Petaluma. And you know,
Well,
I'm
maybe
gonna-
we could host.
Or you could just go to the
we
ones
could
on
host a
Wednesday.
little wine reception beforehand.
wine's already on the menu, and Val said we don't have to leave right after it's over either. She can start mixing music and it turns into a party.
Great.
So there's 2 before Thanksgiving and 2 in the second week of December.
Let's
And
make up little free passes for the after party
the after
and
party.
hand them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the director's. The
VIP.
director's reception.
Yeah, VIP, VIP
Yeah.
reception.
Yeah. Okay, we'll cook something up.
Okay.
I've been working,
That'd be kind of fun.
burning the midnight oil, getting all the little clips together. So
She sounded real excited about it last Thursday
Yeah.
when we talked to her.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she came to the second one, and that's where kind of the idea got born. So, mark your calendars, take a few and hand them out.
Okay.
Nice job.
I was really happy with those. Came out
Did the
nice.
Art Center make these up or did?
No, we made those up.
Okay.
The Art Center offered to share costs, but you know the cost came in at $140. A real good deal. We had 250 cards made and some posters. That's a very good price. And
You're gonna pass the
me a couple
picture
posters.
around during the pass the hat?
we could. I haven't got to those details. I'm just
Okay.
getting the meat of the subject.
All right.
I can put up a couple posters for you.
Yeah. Okay. I can give you those before you leave tonight. And we do want to have a big popcorn maker at the door. So, Give it-
Can we do Good and Plenty's also? A
Oh,
movie,
Good
a
and
movie
Plenty's.
isn't anything without Good and Plenty's.
there's an
And Petaluma Pete, go and play the piano? No, I'm just kidding.
cut.
It's not black and white.
But yeah, maybe we should approach Powell's and
Oh,
get a donation. You know,
oh, that's interesting.
yeah, there's an idea there. I'll talk to you offline.
What if they even sell Good and
Okay.
Plenty's at Pell's?
Oh,
Perfect.
Sugar.
Is that it, John?
that's it.
Thank you.
I'm sure
Oh no,
I missed a lot of
could.
tea.
Oh, wait.
I do want to run off a few more things on
Okay.
the class schedule. You know, Dan is coming in to do the Final Cut Pro on Saturday, and he's got a friend coming who's been making films in Europe for the last 10 to 15 years, and he's going to give a special class in November on making films in Europe. So it'll be more like a guest instructor. And then I've got the Art of Cinema for November and December, and in January we're going to start a new series of classes. Really aimed at young kids and online viewing. The first one was how to crowdfund your video project. The second one will be how to upload your video to YouTube or Vimeo. And then the last one's cute. It's short attention span channel, screenwriting for online videos. So we got a nice training process here, and we've got Chris to put out the press releases to give them some traction. Didn't want to forget that.
So when are the press releases going out?
Haven't been written yet, but we're way ahead of the curve on this. I mean, I've got all the materials ready. We got the publicist done. We've got till October 19th. So, and also Val did ask that she wanted to announce her global concept for November, December. It's called Putting the S into the Arts Center. You know, it's called the Petaluma Arts Center, but for now it's been, you know, on the wall or sculpture. So she's bringing in poetry readings, tea tastings, theater groups, cinema, and maybe a dance party. Maybe 4 dance parties.
That's great.
Yeah.
It sounds interesting. When you send out the PR, will you put my name on the list to receive it?
Yep.
Put the whole board on. We'll be
That goes without saying.
Yeah, I can send it to all the board.
You know, the rest of us are kind of cool too,
Yeah,
sort
I
of.
bought a painting once.
I have a watercolor with Joe Montana,
Wow.
unnumbered.
Right. Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Okay, we have nothing on the consent calendar, so, I don't believe there were any committee meetings between now and the last meeting. Am I correct? Do you know of any committee
I don't know
meetings?
meetings since
All right.
the last meeting.
We need to ramp that up a little bit next year,
Well,
or this coming year.
certainly could have an executive committee meeting because
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
we'll get to that.
yeah, we'll get to that. Under old business, which is item 10, item A is discussion only of operational transition to new staff structure, which is John's item.
Yeah, that's kind of a bookmark to kind of keep you abreast of how things are evolving here. And I plugged the bookmark in when it was just Zach we had to replace. Now with Mario gone, it's a different kind of conundrum. And I think we could move that discussion into the closed session discussion on personnel. Just air the options. There's a lot.
Intriguing.
We've got a job hire open. We got we got resumes coming in for one position. I'm thinking of the next position. And it's a creative time. It's also kind of a scary time because we lost our institutional memory. When you've got a new staff member comes in and there's 3 others that are working on the same page, the new person can kind of graft themselves to the existing momentum. But we've lost our institutional memory. It's Thomas and I are the only long timers here, and Chris is a newbie, and so it's a time where things could fall through the cracks, and I think some of them did during the election forums. But it's also a creative time because we can reset the clocks. We can take the new talents that come in. We can look at the future. We're not bound by the old ways. We can. And this plays in the hiring. What qualities am I looking for? Where do we want to go with PCA? So let's bring that back.
Hey, John, is this whole personal stuff a result? We just can't pay enough to hire staff that's going to view this as sort of a first-run career path, or what's the?
Well,
I mean-
PCA is a very odd bird. So some people come in and it doesn't fit their in what they thought it was going to be like. Other people come in and they just blossom because there's a lot of room for growth. Yeah, our pay scale is low. We are kind of looking at training people, and they get the experience, and I've enjoyed that. It's the mentoring process, and you could take Zach's history from coming in as a high school intern and turning into a professional here. So that's not adverse to me, but it is a given.
I mean, is it an adequate structure to do what we're doing, given what the things we're into at this point, or?
Well, that's what I'd like to open up the discussion of, because if we shifted ourselves and looked at ourselves as serving more of the cities, and if we had 3 cities we were serving, and we don't have a lot of member use right now. It's not like it was 3 years ago. So those are options that will play into who we hire.
Yeah.
And Mario's decision to leave was really the deal breaker. Was he was offered a job 5 minutes from his house in Novato, so the commute is his challenge.
Yeah.
That has to be considered. So if we can, we can bring more of that
Okay,
discussion up.
okay, thanks. 10B is discussion only of Roanoke Park and Cotati city contracts.
Okay, since the last board meeting, I've talked with Roanoke Park. I gave them a proposal. I gave them an hourly rate, and we set up some terms that allowed them to draw up a contract that they will then take to the city council for their approval. So we're on a solid track for that. But I sure hope we have all Humpty Dumpty put back together again when it comes time to sign it. Right now it would be a real stretch of the imagination to assure it, but Dave Rowley, right? Yeah, Dave assured me that we wouldn't be called to duty till January probably.
He didn't like to mess around. So I thought you were pretty sure that Francisco was going to step right into that one?
Francisco is actually doing that job for Santa Rosa. He's hired by Santa Rosa and by Petaluma Community Access to do meetings. So he knows the,
So it
The
wouldn't be
meetings in-
that big of a Humpty Dumpty.
yeah, no. No, the bigger one would be Katati, because then we'd need another layer of access assistance. But they haven't even put the cameras in their city hall yet.
They haven't even awarded it, right?
No, they haven't even, they're not at the point of awarding anything because they gotta put the cameras in. They do have a go-ahead to put the cameras in.
Okay,
but
they
they're-
do.
Yeah. I went up and, I've been kind of operating as a friendly neighbor. I go up and consult. And I met with, their assistant city manager and, described what we could do. Basically, we could, they could rent Zach as a consultant to guide the process. Advise them on what to buy, supervise it, make sure it's installed and, make sure it's installed correctly and that it's plugged in right and works. Then he could draw up the training
And
manual.
it'll do what their council chambers needs.
Yeah. But there is the issue that came up, and it's legitimate, is that what I don't want is for PCA to be responsible for their equipment. It breaks, do we have to fix it, do we have to repair it, is the warranty in our name or their name? So I wanted kind of a firewall between us and them on that. And it might be in their interest to hire somebody who would keep that for them, because they don't have a real strong IT department. So,
They have like none.
well put. So if they got another contractor to actually do the installation, they might have a longer term relationship, that that company would be more invested in the materials.
So they weren't going to do that. I thought that they were going to do that, and Zach was going to design and help manage the installation on their behalf.
That's still an option, they haven't made their decision
Okay.
on that. They're at the point of deciding how they're gonna get the cameras in, and I've offered them that one proposition. The other option they have is to get a contracted company to do it.
Audio video firm.
Audio video firm, who would then be more invested in the long-term follow-through on the equipment for them, which could be in their interest.
They still need to do that.
Yeah,
In
they still
addition
need
to having Zach.
And well, they wouldn't need Zach if they did that, or they could use Zach as kind of, yeah, that's a good idea.
They don't have the on-staff talent to do what Zach could do for them
With the hire.
with the contractor.
Good point.
Otherwise, you have a contractor without, competent staff on site
Oh, that's a good point.
to manage things on your behalf. That's
I'll
a risky proposition, and could be on TV every week.
that's a very interesting idea. I'll bring that back to them.
You're welcome.
Okay,
We're here to help.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And watch the game.
that's a win.
Top of the seventh.
Yep. Same score.
That's it for
Okay,
old business.
that's it. All right, we're done with old business. Moving to new business, number 11. Item A is discussion and possible action on board election and appointments. And as John said, we got the results of the election and we are welcoming Mark to our board. Welcome, Mark.
Thank you.
Do you want to tell us anything about yourself, or?
It should be consistent with your application.
Oh, right. Well,
Give him a copy.
thank you guys for allowing me to participate, and hopefully I'll be able to be part of a team with you guys and
Didn't mean to put you on the
create
spot.
Yeah, you did.
create a better future for Petaluma community access.
Welcome aboard.
In
And he
any way I
brings-
can help, just let me know.
He brings good
I
refreshments
love
too.
doing that.
Are you the cook? Oh, outstanding.
Yeah, that's my way of, politically getting accepted is bring food.
Works for me.
Okay.
Panic just hit.
He's one meal.
There's politics right there. Food.
And Mark came in a couple of years ago,
It's been 2 years, yeah.
and we'll just come in to hang out because it was a cool place in Petaluma to be. And help
I was
out.
an intern.
You were an intern. He helped out with an intern video that's really a winner.
Oh, right.
And I like having you around, so thank you for coming.
Well, any way I can help, just let me know.
Okay, and then congratulations go to Neil on his re-election, and to Kathy, our vice chair, who has gone from an appointed position to an elected position. And so, thank you.
How many more years I got of this?
Thank you for participating.
3.
3 with options.
You're only right then.
Options to renew.
Here,
Kane,
3.
Panic just hit a triple, 6 to nothing.
Oh, nice.
You can't
How
fire
do you know that?
Well, because it says so on here on the financial statements. I've been looking
On the
at.
financial
Yeah,
statement,
the
yeah.
financial
It's just a
statement.
pop-up ad in your financial
The one that I
statement, right?
accidentally, when I flip it to mute it, that the screen went right in front of the
Yeah,
camera.
yeah, that one.
Yes, for watching the ball game. We're all baseball fans here. Okay, so
Is that your telephone or?
Yeah,
That's
somebody
mine.
texted me. It's my phone.
It's your phone.
Texting you the score.
Yes.
Guess what, Mom?
I have to turn it off.
okay, so with that said, I lost my train of thought. Okay, we need to make some appointments because we had some expirations and other things that we need to do here. So I am no longer on the board unless I am appointed. Marcia, we would like to reappoint if anyone.
I move
What's
we
on that
reappoint
motion?
Cindy and Marcia.
Okay, I think we should do these separate.
Okay.
Okay, because there's different sets of circumstances here. Marcia doesn't need reappointing, but we're going to appoint her tonight because we want her on the same cycle as the rest of the board members. So that, if you'll recall, we had a little episode where we kind of fell off the plate. That
Oops.
remember all that, the little oops thing. Yeah, we don't want to do that again. So we're gonna take nominations for board members for the 2014-15 year. And you would like to what?
I'll move Marcia be
You're
reappointed.
nominating Marcia. Marcia, do you accept the
I
nomination?
sure do. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Do we have any other nominations?
I'll nominate Cindy Thomas
Oh,
to
Oh,
continue
thank you.
on
Yes.
the board.
Yes, I'll,
As well.
I'll accept the
But I
nomination.
need a second on these,
All
don't I?
right. Are there any other nominations?
Do we need any?
I don't know. Do we want to make any other
We have
appointments?
some spots that we could appoint more too,
Yes, we do.
but we have to have good candidates.
Yes, we do. Are there any other nominations?
Should I intervene or am I out of the?
You
I'm not
can't. You
voting.
can't nominate.
I can't nominate.
You can whisper.
Well, I did talk to Matt Pearson, who is still unable to come to the meetings because of his medical issues and the work schedule that's arranged around that. And I would recommend that we keep him on the board. He's willing to take an appointment as long as we know that for the next 6 months his ability to attend the meetings is
Limited.
seriously compromised. But for me, he was helpful this summer a number of times to get checks signed when people are on vacation. And I think it's very good to keep a foot in the JC. He is an employee of the JC.
Is his spot up?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I'll nominate Matt
Okay. is
for
there-
his spot.
I'll second.
Okay, then we will have to take 3 separate votes because I would not be able to support a vote for all as a joint group of candidates. And I would just say that because I think that I would be irresponsible to support a board member who's not attending meetings when clearly we're all being asked to follow the guidelines of the language in our
Right.
you know that thing.
Yeah, the bylaw.
The
The
bylaws.
bylaws. And I feel confident that we can get checks signed without having John drive checks to the JC to have them signed. I think it's not part of what we expect John to do to drive checks around to get them signed. I think that as fiduciaries that we should be willing to come in here and do as we're supposed to and sign checks as we're supposed to. So, you know, it's nothing personal against Matt. He's made great contributions. When we were putting together the policies and procedures, he was absolutely critical part of putting that all together. But I don't feel that I could support him not attending the meetings and ask Tim to come and to ask Mark to attend. And we have had issues with having a quorum because Matt couldn't attend. And, you know, that means that we have to arrange our vacations to make sure we're here on those third Tuesdays because Matt can't be here. And I just feel that it's an awful lot to ask, and I would not hesitate at all when Matt is available next year, if he is available, to make that appointment. I would absolutely support it. So that's my thoughts around it.
Makes sense. I mean, we can add other people to check sign.
We can add other
It's
people
on
to
the
check sign.
agenda. We can vote if we need
And
to.
and I feel very confident that we're going to have a board trustee elected that will be a good connection for us with the JC. Go ahead.
So is that a secret? Are you going to share it with us? Or,
What's
is
that?
that a secret? Or are you going to share it with us?
No, I think, but there's two candidates for that seat, and either one of them, I'm sure, would be
For what seat?
the board of the JC's
Board of Trustees.
Santa Rosa JC's
Oh, you think you're going to get one of those to
JC's
be on our board?
Junior College Board of Trustees. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
No, I think that either one of those people, the candidates, there's two candidates. Either one of them win. I think we've got an in with the college. Both Maggie and Kathleen are engaged with, you know, the Petaluma schools and kids. So I don't think we're going to lose our connection. And I you know, I don't want to pick on Matt, but how long has Matt been on this board, and how far have we gotten with getting in with the schools with Matt being at the JC? We haven't.
We still have room for more.
Well, why don't we take them one at a time?
Take it one at a time,
I
make
mean,
the vote. We'll see
Okay.
where we
I
stand.
think,
Yeah.
I think we understand
I would,
the issue.
you know, I would say Matt will help PCA even if he's not on the board, so I'm not worried on that level.
We said that about Jason too. Where's Jason?
I
Okay.
saw him last week.
So,
Yeah, he calls us when he can't get the audio on his.
Well, he was very helpful.
I know.
I'll take anything I can get.
I know.
I look at that.
All right,
I look
so
at
we
that.
have
So should we-
three.
so-
We have three nominees.
should we withdraw Matt's nomination?
No,
I'm not
no,
asking
let's-
anybody to do that.
okay.
I just want to make it very clear so that you don't think that I'm a Matt Pearson hater when I can't
Right.
support that.
Right,
I have my reasons, and as I was telling another board member, I'm one of those people that feels that if you keep doing things the same old way, you're going to get the same old results. And
If they're wrong, yeah.
yeah. Anyway, so we have a nomination for myself, for Marcia, and for Matt. Do we want to take the vote?
Yeah.
Or do we need to discuss more?
No, let's take
Anything?
one at a time.
Do you have a second on Matt, or was there one?
Was there a second on Matt?
I think I seconded Matt.
Who made you You made the nomination.
Yeah, and I seconded.
And
Neil, you second.
okay.
Were there seconds on ours?
Yeah, I think so.
Who seconded?
You didn't write them down?
No, I didn't.
It was Tim.
That's
Tim
okay.
did it.
Tim did it?
Tim
Okay.
did both.
Did
what I-
you?
that's what I
Unless it was
remembered,
Mark.
yeah.
I don't know.
I didn't write it down,
Well, forever
but I'm
hold
not
the
the
peace.
secretary.
All right, so
I
let's,
said it quietly.
I'm the big paddle. Remember, I'm stirring the pot.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
I said it quietly.
And I'm the carrot floating around.
You have to
By the
listen
way, that is
between the
my
lines when
nickname.
you play it back.
That is my nickname at work, Big Paddle.
For other reasons.
Uh-oh, no,
All right, so we've got everything recorded. Any other discussion? Calling for the vote. Okay. All those in favor for Cindy Thomas, raise your hand.
Okay.
All right. Okay, that passes. All those in favor of Marcia Trent, raise your hand. Come on, Marcia, raise your hand.
Oh,
We want it unanimous. Okay,
Okay.
unanimous. Okay, and all those in favor of Matt Pearson, raise your hand.
3.
3. Sorry. No, we're gonna keep Matt on our radar, and when he gets the time, we're gonna force him to commit to us.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Good,
I think
fine.
so.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right. So, with that done, we move to new business 11B, discussion and possible action on board officer assignments. And we will, for Mark's benefit, we have to elect as a board our chair, our vice chair, our secretary, and our treasurer. So right now I currently fill the chair position. Kathy Rivas fills the vice chair position. Marcia Trent fills our secretary position. And Neil is our treasurer. So that's how it stands. So, has everybody thought about this? What they want to do? You want to be the chair, right?
I like it the way it is.
So do I.
I'm happy to stay on as treasurer. It doesn't take a lot, and it's fine.
What is Kathy's view?
Yeah, you don't want to be chair anymore, or
No, Kathy said that she would remain as vice chair, but she said she will absolutely not do chair.
and how about you? How do you feel staying as
Well,
chair?
you know, I don't have to be the chair. I would be happy to do it, but I don't have to do it. I say that every year, but
But you do such a good job.
I think you're doing a good job, and I think
I think it's working really well the way it is, unless somebody doesn't want to continue in that same role.
all right. Do you want to be chair, Mark?
At this particular moment,
Your second meeting, that's
in
pretty
my
cool.
first meeting, yeah.
I could just say that given the instability in the staffing, that the board stays solid exactly the way it's been running, that would help me. And Mark is too young to really take the role that I know he could.
I wouldn't do that to him.
Yeah, so let's just keep the keel in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
With a paddle in the pot.
nominations for chair.
I'll nominate Cindy.
Any
I'll
sec-
second that.
Okay,
Write it down.
call the vote.
Don't make me go
Discussion?
through that again.
Any other nominations? Discussion? Oh,
Oh, I'm just.
go ahead.
Can we nominate Mark into some of the committees, or is that later?
Oh yeah, that's
oh, yeah,
later.
We're, that's, we, that,
That's
we're not
later.
telling
We
them
get
about
there.
that.
We're not even
Oh.
going to do that one tonight. We're going to
Oh,
wait
okay.
until the next meeting.
Oh,
Probably
okay.
We need to
for
be on
that.
two committees.
He's
therefore-
got
Yeah.
it. He's good. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
can talk
we're
about that.
gonna-
Right now it's just
Yeah,
these
we're
chairs.
kind
Okay.
of puddle jumping here.
That's the list of committees.
Okay,
More
so
bubbles
is
to paddle.
who nominated the chair?
And this one's
Neil.
the
Neil.
most fun.
Who
is the
seconded it?
Rachel.
Okay, is there any
Outreach.
discussion?
Yeah,
You got it. All right.
I think got it.
I got it.
Any further discussion?
No,
Any other nominations?
just sidebars.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right. So nominations for vice chair. I'll nominate Kathy Rivas.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Marcia, you got that?
Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Nominations for treasurer. I'll nominate Neil.
I second.
Any other
you want a second?
nominations?
Second.
Oh,
Third.
Okay.
Third.
Now you got
You
it.
could do the nomination for the next one.
Mark, if you get on
Any
the
other
finance committee,
nominations?
we'll have the first meeting at Andreessen's.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right. Nominations for secretary. I'll nominate Marcia.
Second.
Good.
Got it.
Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Discussion?
Don't you have to say
All
it
in
3
favor?
times?
Aye.
Yay.
All right, we're done with that
You
one.
got that. Right?
Yeah, got that.
So why does this sound like a pirate festival?
I
Aye.
All right, congratulations, everyone.
Yes, cheers.
Congratulations, Kat.
God, I'm surprised you want me as your chair, as mean as I am. Okay,
We're getting used to it.
It's entertaining.
the whip.
Next time she will.
She doesn't mind if we eat.
I'm surprised you don't have I'll get you one of those.
Okay, we got, yeah, 11B. All right, 11C, discussion of possible action on PCA check signing rules. Okay, so currently it is Neil, myself, John,
And Matt.
Matt.
and Matt.
And
And we just kicked
Matt's
Matt
not on the
out.
board. We have to redo it.
Exactly. So we're gonna have to redo a card, and so everybody's just gonna have to suck it up, and we're gonna do it. So, Neil, you want to stay because it's the treasurer. I'll
You have
remain,
to.
and I'll make huge efforts to sign checks for you.
Well, you're a very busy lady with lots of issues needing your
My life's
Paddle.
becoming very structured,
Maybe
though.
we should have
right now.
fired her. Well, we had the chance.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. If it's that we have to meet at the park and ride or something, and you're on your way to work and I'm on my way to mine or something, I don't know.
I could help.
That's
if
not
you
on
need
your
somebody
way,
else.
right?
And Neil has come into
I
the
work
office.
from my
Neil's
house,
been
it'd
very
probably be easier.
receptive if he's in town.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, Rachel's offering, so that's good. You have a job now, right?
Well, I do, yes, but it's here. I mean, so,
Do you work in downtown?
yeah, I can be in the downtown area.
Oh, that's good.
That's pretty
That'll work.
handy.
Yeah, that's handy.
4 would be.
A lot closer than the JC.
Yeah.
You only have to carry the check
Well,
over
the
there.
thing is
No,
John
I'm
shouldn't
coming.
have to drive checks around. John
That's
should
right.
be being an
Yeah.
executive director, not
That's
a
right. Yeah, we'll
career.
have to come to him.
Yeah, I want to get him out of the courier role and into letting him
Do his job.
be the CEO.
How much backup do you need? I mean, besides Rachel and me, Kathy.
4 would be-
Kathy would.
4 would be totally
Yeah,
sufficient.
I think 4 is
We have
what's in
Neil
our
and
bylaws,
Cindy.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe you and I.
I don't know if
that's
it's specified in the
Probably
bylaws,
not in the
because
bylaws.
we've only had 3 for the last 6 years, but I think there's 4 slots on the
There's
card.
it's written somewhere. I think it's in the financial policy or something. Something 4 is like always been the number, and I don't know why.
Open sesame.
Well, even so,
Yeah.
I think 4
Four
is
is
good.
Good check.
Really good.
And John is one signer, so if we
Oh.
could just have the
Backup.
other 3 of us, one of us be, pretty.
You can do
Oh,
rotation.
actually, were you interested in being a signer?
Yeah.
So there's 4 plus me.
Who's the 4 plus you?
How far are you?
Cindy.
Oh, you'll be on 2? Yeah, that should
There's 4.
that should be
That
sufficient.
gives me
That
4
side of the
options.
room.
I
Yeah.
follow around
Yeah.
and
Okay.
Good.
spread the wealth and.
No more traveling for you.
I'm sorry, I'm a retired bum.
That way
Yeah,
somebody's
I'm going
to
traveling.
go.
you know?
I'm not going with the bum part. Yeah.
All right. All
Yeah.
right. So
So it's just a process of me going into the bank saying, well, we have a board member who left, which invalidates our check signing card. We have to restart the process. Usually you have to go into the bank in person to sign on the card that we start. I don't think they let us take the card out and get you to sign it.
right.
So
What's
we
a bank?
No.
Be a bank?
Yeah, they.
Summit State,
Summit.
right next to the post office and 4th and C.
Okay, so you'll just let us know
I'll
when the
let you know.
card is there and we
Card
can
is
go
there
in
and we
and
need your
sign it,
signature.
I
right?
think we have to go in and sign twice, right?
You don't have to go in twice. You just have to sign twice.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Unless you forget the first time, then you have to go back and finish it.
What?
Okay.
We can adjourn to closed session at this time
Okay.
Yeah,
You need
so-
to-
because we have completed all of our
Because I don't.
old and new business. So thank you very much for being with us tonight and allowing us to have kind of a loose meeting.
See you next
Good
month.